Hi there. 오늘은 How to Steal a Dog, Chapter 19, 페이지 넘버 151, 페이지 넘버 157까지 함께 읽어볼 시간이에요. 네, 지각동사 이번 Chapter 19에도 나왔고요. 동사, 목적어, 그 다음에 원형 나오는 것이 정말 중요한 표현이죠. 주어가 동사 하는데 목적어가 원형 하는 것을 보다, 느끼다, 알아차리다 라는 뜻이에요. 예문 함께 볼까요? I felt Toby punch me in the arm. I felt a wave mat sweep over me. 이렇게 두 문장 나왔는데요. 나는 느꼈어요. 토비가 펀치는 그 펀치 권투할 때 그 펀치 맞아요. 나를 주먹으로 팔로 이렇게 때린 거죠. 그리고 또 뭘 느꼈냐면 a wave mat, 어떤 웨이브는 어떤 물결 같은 거죠. 근데 매드의 물결이에요. 그러니까 미친 느낌 같은 게 sweep, 나를 휩쓸었다 이런 거죠. 그리고 우리말하고 영어하고 정말 다른 차이점 중에 하나인데요. gone하고 been이에요. 그래서 Willie was gone. 윌리가 갔어. 가버렸어. 그리고 I have been to 도쿄 디즈니랜드. 나는 도쿄 디즈니랜드에 가본 적이 있어. 우리가 gone하고 been은 굉장히 헷갈려 하거든요. 우리가 갔다라고 했을 때 gone도 되고 been도 돼요. 우리말로 할 때 영어로. 하지만 둘의 엄청난 의미 차이가 있는데요. gone을 써버리면 지금 여기에는 없는 거예요. 가버리는 거죠. 그래서 나 도쿄 디즈니랜드 가본 적이 있어 라고 할 때 have gone이라고 하면 안 되고 반드시 been이라고 해야 돼요. 왜냐면 도쿄 디즈니랜드로 가버려서 지금 여기 없는 건 아니죠. 갔다가 왔을 때는 have been to, been을 써줘야 돼요. been, gone이 아니라 been을 써야 된다는 것. gone과 been의 차이점 꼭 기억해 두세요. take care of, care for, look after 세 가지 다 같은 뜻이죠. 네, 무엇을 돌보다, 누구누구를 돌보다 라는 뜻이에요. pretend, 뭐뭐인 척 하다인데요. 투부정사와 함께 주로 쓰여요. 동명사 ing와는 쓰일 수 없고요. 투부정사와 함께 쓰인다는 점 조심해 주세요. 챕터 19에서는 pretend like라고 해서 접속사 역할로 했는데요. 네, 동명사가 안 된다는 점만 조심해 주시면 돼요. 뭐뭐인 척하다, pretend. owner, 소유자, 소유권자라는 뜻이죠. sure, 떠밀다 라는 뜻이에요. 우리 조지아나가 급하게 교실 밖을 뛰쳐나갈 때 간호실이었죠. 그곳을 양호실에서 뛰쳐나갈 때 친구들 막 떠밀면서 나가죠. 그리고 jabbering, 우리 동생 토비가 계속 제잘거려요. 쓰잘데기 없는 동생들은 엄청 쓰잘데기 없는 이야기들을 제잘거릴 때가 많죠. 네, 언니나 오빠나 누나나 형한테요. 그래서 jabber, 제잘거리다. gerbil은 햄스터 같은 그런 애완동물이에요. gerbil. on and on, on and off, on and on 하고 on and off. 네, on and on 계속해서고요. on and off가 있으면 가끔 때때로란 뜻이에요. as usual, 평소대로, get to 다음에 주로 장소가 나오는데요. 도착하다. 장소 아니어도 상관없어요. 어디에 다다르다, 도착하다라는 의미고요. snatch는 낚아채다. squirmy, 꼼지락거리는 blackn인데 ensure의 sharpen의 red의 붙였죠. redden, 다 만들다란 뜻이에요. en은 만들다라는 의미고요. blackn이니까 검게 만드는 거고요. redden이니까 빨갛게 만드는 거고요. sharpen이니까 뾰족하게, 날카롭게 만드는 거고요. ensure는 확실하게 만드는 거죠. 확실히 하다. 그리고 encourage, 어떤 걸 만드나요? courage가 용기죠? 용기를 만들어주는 거. 네, 격려하다, 용기를 북돋워주다 이런 뜻이겠죠? empty, 텅 빈, notice는 공지사항, 알리다 라는 뜻도 있고요. 알아차리다 라는 뜻도 있으니까요. 문맥상 잘 살펴보세요. briar, 가시덤불인데요. briar, 가시덤불을 막 헤치면서 윌리를 찾아다니는 조지아나를 묘사할 때 briar 나오더라고요. scared는 겁먹은 이란 형용사죠. 네, read after me, speak loudly. 챕터 19 함께 큰 소리로 따라 읽어봐요. I started up at the stained ceiling tiles of the school nurse's office, trying to make my stomach settle down. For once, I hadn't lied to Mr. White. I really did have a stomach ache. I'd had one ever since I'd left Camillus yesterday. I had left her house and gone on back to the car. I knew I should have gone over there and taken care of Willie, but I didn't. I guess I was hoping Mookie would share his liver pudding again. When Mama and Toby came back, I pretended like I was doing my homework, but I wasn't. I was writing one word over and over like this. Willie, 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 Willie. And then, after Mama fell asleep, I didn't tell Toby that Camilla was getting the reward money from her Uncle Haywood. I didn't say that now it was time to take Willie back and get the money. I kept it all inside me where my aching stomach was. Finally, I took out my How to Steal a Dog notes. I read all the way through them, starting with step 1, find a dog, and ending with step 7 and the part about stirring and sneaking. I turned it to a clean page and wrote April 28th. Then I added, Step 8. If you want to, you can take the dog back and tell the owner that you don't want the reward money after all. Here is what will happen if you decide to do that. The owner will be really happy and she can give the money back to her Uncle Haywood. The dog will be happy because he is back home, where he belongs instead of that nasty porch. You will be happy because you won't feel bad about stealing a dog, even though you still live in a car. When you stop stirring, it will stop sticking. Or you can take the dog back and get reward money like you planned. That is the decision you will have to make. I drew tiny little paw prints all around the edge of the page before I closed my notebook and put it away. And now here I was in the nurse's office, staring up at those ceiling tiles with my stomach aching like anything. When the bell rang, I told the nurse I felt much better even though I didn't, and I made my way through the pressing shoving kids in the hall. Outside, I found Toby, and we headed over to the old house. The whole way there, Toby kept jabbering on and on about stupid stuff, like how his teacher had hollered at him for doing math with a pen, and how some kids' rubber got loose and went under the radiator. As usual, he was lagging behind, but I hurried on ahead. I needed to get to Willie fast. I needed to snatch him up and hug him, and then maybe my stomach ache would go away. As we hurried up the gravel road, my thoughts turned to Mookie. I sure hope he was gone. I didn't need his crazy talk that made me feel so squirmy all the time. When he got to the house, I left my backpack by the road and pushed my way through the bushes toward the back. I rounded the corner and the first thing I noticed was that Mookie's big blue top was gone. The little clearing where his sleeping bag had been was empty. Just a pile of blackened wood and empty soda can. Then suddenly it hit me. Silence. Total silence. No happy little hello bark from Willie. I ran over to the back porch and yanked open the wicket screen door and wanted to die right then and there. Willie was gone. I must look like a crazy person racing around that little dirt yard, pushing aside the weeds and bushes and hollering Willie's name. Toby kept saying, "What's wrong, Georgiana?" "And what happened, Georgiana?" Then he started bawling about Willie being gone, and I hollered at him to shut up. I ran to the edge of the woods and called Willie's name till my throat ached. The quiet that came back to me felt solid and mean like a slap across the face. I hurried back out to the road, not even caring about the briars or snagging my clothes and scratching my arm. I ran up one side of the road and down the other, peering through the trees and calling Millie's name. Finally, I stopped and held my aching side, trying to catch my breath. Then I felt Toby punching me in the arm. "Willie's gone!" he hollered, "and it's all your fault!" He looked all wide-eyed and scared. "My fault?" "Yeah!" Toby stomped back up the road toward the house. I ran after him and yanked the back of his t-shirt to make him stop. "It's Mookie's fault," I said. "He took Willie. I know he did." Toby's eyebrows squeezed together. Mookie took Willie? I nodded. I bet anything he did, I said. He crazy. What are we gonna do? I sat on the side of the road and put my head down on my knees. What are we gonna do? I didn't have one single idea. Then just when I was wishing that Grover Road would open up and swallow me whole, I heard the jingle of bicycle bell. I looked up and saw the best sight I'd ever seen in all my born days. Mookie was pedaling his rusty old bicycle up the road toward us, and trotting along beside him was Willie, his string leash tied to handlebars of the bike. I jumped and raced toward them. Mookie stopped the bike, and I scooped Willie up in my arms and buried my face in his warm fur. Then I felt a wave of mad sweep over me. Why do you take Willie? I hollered at Mookie. Take Willie? Mookie's eyebrows shot up. Well, if that don't put pepper in the gumbo, he said. What's it mean? I glared at him. I wasn't in the mood for his crazy talk. Means you better slow your march down before you start coming up with such as that, he said. I pressed my face against Willie. His hair was all matted with mud, and he smelled awful. For your information, Missy, Mookie said, I was clear on over there by the shopping center when the dog of yours come running up behind me. Oh, I said, I knew I should have said more. I should have said, I'm sorry. I should have said, this dog's not mine. I should have said, I stole this dog. But now I'm gonna take him back. I finally managed to lift my head and look at Mookie. Then thanks for bringing him back, I said. I wanted Mookie to say that's okay, but he didn't. He just nodded. I'd forgot all about Toby until he suddenly said no. Mookie, are you leaving? Mookie nodded again. I am, he said. He untied Willie's string leash and tossed it to me. Then he turned his bike around and pedaled off of the road away from us, leaving a wobbly tire track in the dusty road behind him. And in that instant, I knew I'd been wrong about Mookie. Well, maybe not totally wrong. He was kind of crazy, but I guess he was nice too, and smart, and someone who leaves a good trail behind him. Mookie! I called after him. Did you fix our car? But he just kept pedaling away from us. Then right before he rounded the curve and disappeared from sight, he gave a little wave with his 3-fingered hand. Suddenly the woods seemed quieter than they ever had before. Not a bird chirping, not a leaf rustling, just silence. What do we do now? Toby said. I looked at Willie and he cocked his head at me and made me smile. We take Willie home, I said. When? Tomorrow. Yes! Toby pumped his fist in the air. Then we get the money. Right, Georgiana? But I didn't answer. I just hugged Willie. 네, 와, 19에서 우리 조지아나가 엄청 충격적인 장면을 맞이하죠. 왜냐면 우리의 윌리가 사라진 거예요. 윌리가 사라져서 정말 목이 따갑도록 목청껏 소리쳐서 윌리를 찾죠. 그런데 윌리가 나타났어요. 무키가 데리고 왔죠. 무키가 훔쳐갔을 거라고 오해를 하는 상황에서 무키가 데려왔는데요. 알고 보니 강아지가 윌리가 아마 끈이 풀려졌나 봐요. 그래서 쇼핑센터 근처에서 무키를 졸졸 따라오는 걸 보고 깜짝 놀라서 데려온 거죠. 그러니까 무키가 오히려 윌리를 찾아준 고마운 사람인데 무키를 도둑으로 오해했죠. 그리고 이제 조지아나가 이제 챕터 19 초반에 이 이야기를 하죠. 공책을 펼치고 추가한 내용. 내가 윌리를 아무런 대가 없이 돌려줘야겠다라는 그런 이야기를 써놓죠. 물론 갈등을 하고 있어요. 돈을 받지 않고 주인에게 돌려주면 모두가 다 해피해질 텐데 라고 생각을 하지만 그래도 내가 해야 할 일은 내가 해야만 하는 것은 돈을 받고 돌려줘야 된다. 돈을 챙겨야 된다라는 쪽을 생각하죠. 그래서 어떻게 할지 갈등하는 상황에서 윌리가 없어지는 소동이 일어나고 이제 무키한테 정말 미안하고 창피한 상황이 됐죠. 그래서 이제 마지막 문장에서 결심을 하네요. 내일 투마로우에 윌리를 We take Willy home. 집에 데려다 줄 거야 라고 하는데 우리 동생 토비는 와 드디어 우리 돈 받는 거야 라고 좋아하는데 조지아나는 아무런 대답을 하지 않고 그저 윌리만 껴안고 끝나는 장면이네요. 다음 20. 이제 20하고 21 챕터 2개밖에 안 남아있거든요. 드디어 결말이 궁금해지는데요. 결말 다음 시간, 다다음 시간 함께 살펴봐요. Thank you for listening. Catch you later.